performing on a nightly basis.
I work out every day, it still jiggles back here. Like, I was gonna get a catheter here, but the only thing that makes sense is a swing set.
But once the quarantine started, that all changed. I went from doing roughly 14 live performances a week to doing, well, none. I started to go stir crazy in my place from not getting that feeling I once got from performing in front of people. I even went out on my balcony and tried sending out an SOS to no avail. I started to lose it so much I even jumped off my balcony. I needed to take my mind off the situation somehow, so I decided to play music from a speaker I set up on my balcony.
Yeah, that's right. We don't let this coronavirus stop us.
And to my surprise, someone answered.
You want us to drop the beat? Let's do it. Oh yeah, right over here. Yes, little dance moves over there. Give it to us.
My first human interaction since this began, and it felt great. I craved more, so I decided to give the people walking by something I know they wanted. Toilet paper.
Here we go. Almost. Oh, we've given toilet paper away, okay? We're giving it away. Woo! Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Woo! We're doing the roll. Here we go. Got it.
I started to feel happy again. I hired my barber the next day to give me a social distance beard trim.
Some of my best work I've ever done.
Hey, thanks, man.
Yeah, you got it, buddy.
The next day I set water balloons out on the curb and challenged people passing by to a water balloon fight.
Hey, you want to have a water balloon fight?
Fight.
Yeah, water balloon fight. Let's go. First at 3. Oh! Woo! Woo! You got one of our lights. Oh! Ah! Hey, you down for a water balloon fight?
Water balloon.
I challenge you. Oh! 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 Oh, I got the power!
The day after, I dressed up as Joe Exotic and passed out Frosted Flakes.
Do you believe that Carol Baskin's fed her husband to a tiger? Yes, you do. I don't have a real tiger for you, but I do have Tony the tiger. Frosted Flakes for you, sir. There you go.
I started to feel this real human connection. I even worked up the courage to venture past the front stairs of my apartment in a homemade hazmat suit to say hi to the employees still working at the local donut shop. It's kind of weird, but I think being isolated has helped me connect more with others.
Oh, God. Hey,
Up, guys? My name is Tyler, and I'm talking to you here from Mikkeller Brewery down in San Diego. Thank you so much for joining us. We're really excited to be a part of this beer fest, and we're really excited to share some Raspberry Blush with you guys. Before we dive into the beer, I just wanted to take a quick second to just give you a rundown on who Mikkeller is. So we're a really unique and interesting brewery for the San Diego market because we're actually originally from Copenhagen in Denmark. Our head brewer, his name is Mikkeller. Go figure. He came to the United States for college. He was running cross country out here, and at that time, it was the new craft beer scene was really coming about, was really blossoming, getting exciting. He falls in love with craft beer, goes back to Europe, and the beer scene in Europe at the time was very traditional. Things like Carlsberg were really the only thing you had access to. So he got frustrated and wanted to start, making some good beer for himself. Through making some beer, he got involved with the home brew community. And through that community, he actually became friends with the head brewer over at AleSmith, one of our friends down here in San Diego. Together, those two made a recipe for us called Beer Geek Breakfast. So it's an oatmeal stout that we actually still make today, and if you ever get a chance, would totally recommend it. The first time they made that beer, it ended up being ranked the #1 beer on beeradvocate.com, which, as you can imagine, is a huge deal. So all of a sudden, this dude who's making beer in his garage is getting orders for his beer all over the world. He realizes that there's no way he has the production facility in his house to, make all that beer. So he had to find a way to meet the demand without compromising his ideologies, without taking on some huge loan. So he actually invented something called gypsy brewing. It's a really simple concept. He would go around and use other people's pre-existing facilities and do collaborations with his friends. And it's through this gypsy brewing that he was able to build this huge network of Mikkeller lovers, huge fans, and people who were excited about the beer. He started doing that all the way back in 2010. Flash forward to 2016, AleSmith actually moved out of this old facility and into a new one right down the road. Gave us an opportunity to move into what is arguably one of the most exciting beer communities in the country. So of course we jumped on it. So we're very much a local San Diego brand, but internationally we've also got 15 plus tasting rooms from Reykjavik, Iceland, Tokyo, Japan, Berlin. So we're really excited that, again, we can share some fun beers with you. So let's dive into this one right here, guys. Cool. So what we're gonna be trying today is called Raspberry Blush. This is actually one of my personal favorite beers we offer on a year-round basis. What makes this beer so special is it's a Berliner Weiss, or it's a sour that we do with raspberry puree and coffee. So when you open your cans, the first thing you're gonna get on that nose is probably a little bit of coffee. Gives it some nice roasty coffee notes. You're gonna take your first sip. That initial sip's gonna be a little bit tart, and then that little bit of coffee on the back end should round it out, make it a very approachable and really easy drinking sour. So as they say in Copenhagen, guys, skål. Hope you enjoy.
On March 11th, Tom Hanks was diagnosed with COVID and was forced to social distance on a private island, making it the sequel to Castaway. The crazy part is, that's not the sickest he's ever been. Remember Philadelphia? In 2020, Tom Brady, pretty boy Tom Brady, GQ Tom Brady, make me question my sexuality Tom Brady, gets traded to the Buccaneers after being with the Patriots for 20 years. And New England's like, hey, you can have Tom Brady, but we're keeping Giselle. February 2nd, Shakira and J-Lo did the halftime special, which makes it the first time I've ever watched the Super Bowl. Because the Super Bowl to me is packing a half a gram of weed into a bomb. And a little going on my life these days, I went to go get an Asian massage, had to wear a mask, can't even tell who's a cop anymore. On March 11th, the NBA got canceled, along with some of our favorite comedians like Chris D'Elia, Louis, all the comedians. February 18th, the Boy Scouts filed for bankruptcy, which all I thought they did was tie knots and pitch tents. But parents, rest assured, now your kids are safe. And now, OnlyFans is taking over the internet in 2020. Now there's an acceptable way for me to get my nudes. I have more subscriptions than Jeffrey Epstein has cameras in his house. Also in 2020, Jada Pinkett Smith had an affair with an R&B singer. Now I'm officially an R&B singer. Hi Jada. Also in 2020, a lot of looting going on. I saw an Apple store just get raided, so I dressed up my butthole like an Apple store. Never had so many people inside of me. Talking about a colonoscopy. So when those $1,200 stimulus checks came in, all of my broke friends were all drinking champagne, eating lobster, doing cocaine. They were all like, man, this is the most money I've ever made in my life.
First, I'd like to thank Rockstar Beer Festivals for putting us in the Roast of 2020 Virtual Beer Festival. I'm happy to be hanging out with all of you in 2021. We made it. So my name is Leighton Cutler, and I'm the head brewer at Angel City Brewery here in downtown LA in the Arts District, and we're going to be drinking Pinot Grisette. The artwork on the can is from Adana Ibrahimi in conjunction with ArtShare LA, and they're just down the street from us. We like to team up with them to get in contact with some of their emerging artists and then put it on our cans. So we're going to be drinking Pinot Grisette, and it's not only just a play on words, but it's also a play on combining beer and wine flavors. Pinot Gris is a French name for a white grape, and most people might know it by the Italian name of Pinot Grigio. Then the Grisette is the Belgian-style beer, which is mostly just a lighter version of a Saison. We made this beer-wine hybrid by adding California Pinot Gris, white grape juice during the fermentation of the Grisette to add that wine character to the Belgian beer of the Grisette. It's very pale in color. It's got some kind of aromas of honeysuckle and lemon, along with some soft fruit flavors of nectarine, pear, apples. It's crisp, it's got a nice crisp finish, light in body. We also threw in some toasted buckwheat to give a little bit of toasted character, and that just adds some complexity to it. I hope you enjoy our creation and enjoy the rest of the roast. Cheers to 2021.
What's up, Virtual Beer Fest? When I heard we were roasting 2020, I knew there was only one song that could sum up this year. That's great, it starts with an earthquake, birds and snakes in our planes. Lenny Bruce is not afraid. I have a hurricane, listen to yourself, churn world serves its own needs. Don't serve your own needs, speed it up and not speed, grunt, no strength. The ladder starts to clatter with the fear of height, down height. Fire in a fire, representing 7 games in a government for hire in a combat site. Left to west are coming in a hurry with the furies breathing down your neck. See my team reporters babble Trump, tear the crop, look at that low plane, fine, then, overflow, population, common food, but it'll do, save yourself, serve yourself, world serves its own needs, listen to your heart bleed, tell me with the rapture and the reverend and the right, vitriolic, patriotic, slam, fight, brain, light, feeling, pretty slight, sick, it's the end of the world as we know it, it's the end of the world as we know it, it's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. 6 o'clock TV hour, don't get caught in foreign towers, slash and burn, return, listen to yourself, churn, lock 'em in uniform, book, burning blood, letting every motive escalate, automotive incinerate, light a candle, light a motive, step down, watch your heel crush, this means no fear, cavalier, renegade, steer clear, turn 'em in, a tournament of lies, offer me solutions, offer me alternatives, and I decline, it's the end of the world as we know it, it's the end of the world as we know it, it's the end of the world as we know it, I feel fine, I feel fine. One more. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. And I feel fine. The other night I drove the nice continental, just divide, mountain scene, a line, Leonard Bernstein, Leonid Brezhnev, Lenny Bruce and Lester Banks, birthday party, cheesecake, jelly bean, boom, the symbiotic, patriotic, slam, butt neck, right, it's the end of the world as we know it, it's the end of the world as we know it, it's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. Sing. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. I might have some time alone and I feel fine. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. And I feel fine. Last time, sing it with me. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. And I feel fine. Oh, yes. Hope the beer is mighty tasty. I know it is. Stick around. We'll see you again soon.
One of the things that makes Black Plague truly special is that everyone here believes in the idea behind what we're doing.
During the Black Plague and the Dark Age time, water wasn't safe to drink. Watering holes or town pubs started popping up for a place for people to protect themselves from contracting and spreading the plague, but also as a form of camaraderie. You know, a lot of people died, so they were mourning their lost ones and coming together as a community to, give each other support. Based off those values and that history, that was the story that we wanted to tell.
We looked at a lot of different Latin quotes that would convey some of our values, and one of them that we found was aut viam inveniam aut faciam, and that translates to I will either find a way or make one.
And it wasn't just some phrase that we came up with and was like, that sounds good, yeah, we should form a business around that. It was through experience of how this company was just shy of not happening.
We bit off way more than we could chew, and we were way more ambitious than we realized. We were originally going to have an architectural team and a construction team and all this come in and do all the work for us so we could continue to just focus on the marketing and the product development. But when that money ran out, it was like, pause on that stuff, start sweating and get to work.
Everything you see, whether it's from building coal box to the tap system to, ripping out the slab and doing the underground plumbing, Jared and I hand rolled the entire brewery black with a roller.
That really helped us discover who we are as people and what it meant to build a business from scratch, like literally out of nothing. This building was a blank shell when we moved in, and it is what it is now. And it was through that hard work, blood, sweat, and tears that everybody put into it that made it what it is today.
Despite your spirit just not giving up, mentally you're delirious. You don't really know what's going on at that point. You're just kind of in survival mode and exhausted. So the fact that our marriages were able to survive that and be intact, and that our business relationships were able to survive that and be intact, and that the business is successful after all that, that gave us the added confidence that now it's like, well, if we can get through that, then we can get through anything.
We're really trying to create a place that stands for values, that challenges people to grow, and gives them the freedom to be who they are. So you see it in our mission statement of, delivering deliciously fresh handcrafted beer and inspiring creative self-expression. You see it through our art and team culture in general, that everybody's kind of different, has a different personality, is free to be who they are while also still upholding the communal values of Black Plague.
I find that it draws a certain type of person to become a part of the business. Understanding you only have one life, so let's squeeze every bit of joy and opportunity out of it.
It really is just a reminder that life is not guaranteed. This business isn't guaranteed. We have to work hard every day to make this business great and to
How many times? Oh, 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 oh.
Exotic here, and with Bernie Sanders dropping out of the presidential election, I am here to step in his place.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you happen to have a light by any chance?
Yeah, but let me ask you, son, you smoke that cigar with a little bic or a big bic?
I guess the big one.
Well then, son, you ain't that straight.
What?
I think I just found my new husband.
Yeah. Oh, Joe Exotic, yeah, can I get a picture?
Of course, but let me ask you, son, you hungry?
Yeah.
You like Snickers?
Yeah.
You prefer the little snick or the big snick?
I guess the big snick.
Well then, son, you ain't that straight. Bigger the snick, more nuts. Joe Exotic here, gonna be shooting my first calendar. This right here is gonna be the month of January, if you know what I'm talking about. Hey, what you got in there?
Got some raspberries, some blueberries, and some carrots.
Let me ask you, you like the baby carrots or the big carrots?
Big carrots.
Well then, son, you ain't that straight.
I love big carrots.
Fucking cock block.
I'm Dave Donlin with a small cap market news update from Public Wire. Evans Brewing Company and producer of award-winning craft beers and owner.
What's up, guys? I'm Brian Hendrickson, and we're here at Evans Brewing Company in Corona, California. Today we are going to check out our Punk Rock Pilsner. It is a Czech-style Pilsner brewed with Pilsner malt and Centennial hops. The story behind this one was we just wanted to make a kick-ass Pilsner. Real simple with the grain bill, Pilsner malt, Centennial hops to give it a little kick behind it. So let's give it a whirl. Got classic bready notes from the Pilsner malts and citrusy, grassy, floral notes from the Centennial hops. It's an easy drinking Pilsner. It's not too much on the bitterness. It's 5.6%. Just something that you can rock out with all night.
And some people don't like the way 2020 has been going for them. I personally love the way 2020 is going for me. I got my stimulus check. I've been drinking a lot of champagne, eating a lot of lobster, and not doing cocaine. Some people don't like wearing the mask, some people do. My uncle loves wearing the mask because he smokes meth, so he's missing teeth, so he is so much hotter on Tinder. During December, Michael B. Jordan won the award for People's Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive, beating out Chris Evans, who accidentally leaked a nude. I gotta tell you, that really, really made me appreciate the Chris in Christmas. On April 27th, the Pentagon released footage of a UFO, and people are losing their mind. The biggest argument right now is if the flying saucer is round or flat. They say COVID started from a bat, and I notice we blame animals for everything. Dog ate my homework, monkey gave me AIDS, what's next? Tiger ate my husband. Elon Musk just had a kid, and he decided to name the kid X-A12, which sounds less like a child and more like the competitor for the iPhone 12. Elon Musk decided to name his firstborn child X-A12. Can we call that child abuse? Do you want your kid to get bullied? Or is your kid just gonna be a robot that takes over the world? Hashtag Skynet. In October, we found out that NASA discovered that there was water on the moon, and they chalked it up to WAP, wet astronaut pussy. On May 4th, murder hornets invaded the US. When Ja Rule saw them coming, he said, "It's murder!" I mean, murder hornets are terrifying, okay? But they're not the most terrifying thing that's happened this year. The most terrifying thing that came out was called Karen. On January 22nd, Planters Peanuts decided to pull a publicity stunt by saying their mascot Mr. Peanut had died. I guess you can't have your nut and eat it too. Unless, of course, that one time last year when I accidentally ejaculated and landed into my mouth. I need to drink more pineapple. Who would have thought that we would see people fist fighting in Walmart over toilet paper? Okay, I personally was hoping that some children would TP my house so I could clean myself up, because it was insane, okay? I could not get any. I felt like somebody fiending for drugs, running up to people on the street. I had a guy open his jacket. He's like, you looking for the 1-ply, the 2-ply, or the 3-ply? Okay, now let me tell you, the 3-ply, that is the Rolls Royce of toilet paper, okay? It is pillow soft. I pulled out a little magnifying glass like I'm a diamond inspector. I still wasn't satisfied. I had a blind man touch it. He's like, oh yes, this right here is quilted Northern Ultra Plush toilet paper right here. This is the good stuff. I paid him $100 for that roll, okay? But after a while, you just don't got that kind of money, okay? Your stimulus check runs out. So after that, I had to get a bidet. And let me tell you, if you don't have a bidet, it'll change your life. I like to feel every morning like a bottle of champagne is popping on my butt, okay? I feel like a dolphin is breathing on my butt cheeks, and I love it! I love it! So Mike Tyson had a fight recently at 55 years old, okay? I'm already scared of COVID. Now I have to be afraid of senior citizens. The only good part is Mike's teeth are probably going to fall out soon, so when he goes to try to bite my ear, I'll be like, oh, Mike, that feels good.
Oh, hey! Didn't see you there. Would you like to hear a story about stem ciders? It starts with quality ingredients, and the fewer the ingredients, the closer we are to the apple. We use fresh pressed juice from whole ripe fruit. We promise to craft ciders that showcase the individual qualities of the fruit available in the U.S. We push the boundaries of cider just as much as we're connected to cider traditions. We ensure that the highest standards are met at every step of the cider making process. From integrating new tanks to fine-tuning the canning line to tweaking a recipe ever so slightly. Simply put, dry ciders are the ciders that we love to drink the most, but the story goes much deeper than that. The fruit we source from Colorado, Michigan, and the Pacific Northwest, when treated with care, help make our ciders cleaner, brighter, and fresher. Real fruit, real dry, we wouldn't have it any other way. Cider is a celebratory drink filled with traditions of community and sharing that we cherish. From the trees in the ground to the cider in your glass, it's our mission to share these traditions with you. This is STEM.
Now let's get tasting with the cocoa caramel cider from STEM. Once you put it on your nose, you should get heavy hints of brown sugar and rich, luscious dark chocolate. Now let's taste it. Once you put it in your mouth, go ahead and switch it across your tongue. You should get bursting flavors of cocoa, burnt sugar, caramel, butter. This should be reminiscent of chocolate caramel apple pop.
Oh yeah! Hope you're enjoying the brewskis out there. Roasting the shit out of this horrible year. Woohoo! Trying to show me how to love. Maybe I'm going through withdrawals. You don't even have to do too much. You could turn me on with just a touch, baby. I look around and since city's cold and empty, no one's around to judge me. I can't see clearly when you're gone. I said, ooh, I'm blinded by the lights. No, I can't sleep until I feel your touch. I said, ooh, I'm drowning in the night. Oh, when I'm like this, you're the one I trust. Hey, hey, hey. I'm running out of time, 'cause I can see the sunlight in the sky. So I hit the road in overdrive, baby. The city's cold and empty, no one's around to judge me. I can't see clearly when you're gone. I said, ooh, sing it. I'm blinded by the lights. No, I can't sleep until I feel your touch. I said, ooh, I'm drowning in the night. Oh, when I'm like this, you're the one I trust. I'm just calling back to let you know I can never say it on the phone. Never let you go this time. I said, ooh, I'm blinded by the lights. No, I can't sleep until I feel your touch. Hey, hey, hey. Said, ooh, I'm blinded by the lights. No, I can't sleep until I feel your touch. Thank you. Enjoy the beer. Next year's coming real soon.
I'm Darren with Booze Brothers Brewing Co., and I'm here to introduce the Chocolate Vanilla Swirl Brown Ale. Cheers. We're a 7-year-old craft brewery up in Vista, California. It's North County, San Diego, for those not familiar. I am the sales representative for the company. I've been working for Booze Bros for just over 2 years. I make sure all the local bottle shops, liquor stores, restaurants, bars get fresh local craft beer on a day-to-day basis, and just support the booze. All right, what we have here is the Chocolate Vanilla Swirl Brown Ale. This beer is actually a second batch version. We originally released this beer back right after the shutdown happened, back in like late March. Kind of a weird time to release a beer like this, but the feedback out in the market was stellar for it, so we wanted to bring it back as more of a seasonal re-release, hence the colder weather. But yeah, this is kind of a traditional brown ale. We upped the ABV up to 7% and added some cacao nibs and vanilla beans to give it some nice like chocolate, vanilla, kind of malty sweetness. There's really not too much to this beer. It's not overly sweet. It doesn't have lactose. It's just meant to be an easy drinking, pretty deceptive 7% brown ale. Hope you enjoy it. All right, just a little fun fact about Booze Brothers and Ale Farm is all of our beers across the board are actually gluten reduced. We just basically add an enzyme to the beer to strip out majority of the gluten, and we don't have any intolerances ourselves or anything like that, but we just feel like you can have more booze and more Ale Farm and your tummy feels better after it.
A 103-year-old grandma beat COVID and celebrated with a Bud Light. Now all she has to worry about is the stairs. Drive-in movie theaters made a comeback this year. Now I finally have the chance to get pregnant the same way my mom did. So when this whole COVID thing ends, do you think it will still be acceptable to wear pajamas all day? I mean, I guess the one good thing about wearing a mask all the time is I'm saving a fuck ton of money on lip filler. Last year, if a guy would have got me a mask for Christmas, I would have thought it was super kinky. But now, it's like the equivalent of your grandma giving you underwear for Christmas. Like, you need it, but you don't want it. One thing I will miss when this is all over is Zoom dating. I know everyone was like really weird about it, but I think it's like the best thing ever because you can just leave whenever you want. It's like, sorry, bad connection. Literally and figuratively. One thing that was super annoying was in the beginning of all this, all the celebrities were like, we're all in this together, we're all in this together. And I was like, did I miss something? Did my invitation to your mansion get lost? Because I'm still here all by my damn self in a 1-bedroom apartment in Koreatown. By all means, I'd love to be in it with you. Will Smith. Or Ryan Reynolds. Or Ryan Gosling. Any of the Ryans. I live in LA and everybody was complaining about all the gyms being closed. And I was like, what the fuck are you all complaining about? This is like the best thing ever. I never want to go to the gym. I always want an excuse. And people in LA are always like, don't make excuses. It's like, it's the best excuse ever. It's not even my excuse. It's God's excuse. He doesn't want me in the gym. So who am I to go against it? So there was also like this phase during the pandemic, I don't know if you guys experienced this, but like all of my friends were either making banana bread or sourdough bread. Bitches that couldn't even microwave popcorn when this pandemic started. And they were like, oh, Nikki, are you home? I'm gonna socially distance, drop off like some baked goods for you. And I was like, I have been at home with no one to witness how much I'm eating. I don't need the weight gain, and if I did want something delivered in the form of a banana, it would not come in a bread. And so there's been like a really, like, you know, just like a ton of bad news. But one of the coolest things that popped up in the news was that for the first time ever, animal shelters were reporting having empty cages. There were no more animals left because everybody had come to adopt pets during the pandemic. I'm everybody. He's one of 10.
Hey!
What's up? All good?
Sure would love to hit that joint.
Sorry, social distancing. I would do it, but social distancing, you know.
Oh, don't worry, I got it covered.
What the fuck? Okay, pass it to me, yeah. Alright, yeah. I got you.
It's good.
Okay, one more.
It's good.
Okay, one more.
It's good.
Cheers. Take back your thing.
Hey, thanks, man.
Fucking weirdo. Maybe I'm high.
Hey everyone, I'm Max Finance. I'm the Education and Training Manager here at Sixpoint Brewery. Sixpoint was founded in 2004 by our founder, Shane Welch, and we've been in the Red Hook neighborhood of Brooklyn in New York City ever since. Today we're talking about Party Favors, which is our brand new rotating series double IPA. This is a limited release seasonal from us, so if you love it, go out and get it while it's around.
Get it!
Party Favors is brewed with Galaxy, Cashmere, and Strata hops. 3 really exciting hops, fruit forward, lots of tropical fruits here. We'll get into all those tasting notes in a second, but this is a super exciting hop lineup that we're pretty proud of in this beer. We've also added lactose to this beer, so it falls in that milkshake IPA quote-unquote segment. The lactose gives it a much thicker, pillowy, smooth mouthfeel, and it also can contribute a little bit to a perceived sweetness that you might pick up on a little bit with this beer. As you'll notice as soon as you open this one, it's pretty darn hazy, and that's coming from some wheat and some oats that we've added as well. So, hazy, double IPA, clocking in at 8.4%. This is a dangerous one. It doesn't drink like 8.4%. So let's get into it. Right in the nose, you start picking up those big tropical fruits. I get a lot of pineapple, a lot of mango, a lot of passion fruit. Even a little bit of coconut and banana underneath there. More of those same tropical fruits. Passion fruit and mango are huge. And then also a little bit of peach, a little bit of melon, and just that really soft white bread, soft white cracker malt, almost, you know, the Pilsner malt notes with a little bit of wheat underneath there. This is a really drinkable beer. Doesn't drink like the 8.5% alcohol at all. This is also a 0 IBU beer. So what we mean when we say 0 IBUs is that there were no hops added to the hot side of this beer. All the hops have gone into the cold side of the brewing process. So we're not really getting any bitterness from those hops as far as isomerized alpha acids go, if you want to dive into the brewing science. Again, this really pretty darn crushable.
That's
for 8.5%
crushable!
hazy lactose IPA. The mouth feels super smooth, and big tropical fruit is what this one's all about. This beer actually originated from our super small batch program down at the brewery in Brooklyn. Beers that we release that you can only pick up at the brewery once a month. This was one that we first piloted about a year ago, actually, and we stuck with some of that small batch artwork on this can. We have an in-house artist, his name's Jack Liakis. He does phenomenal art, so whenever we scale one of those beers up to the big to the big national release, we like to try and use his artwork from the small release as much as we possibly can. So this is some of Jack's art on here too. Kind of fun. I hope you guys enjoy the beer as much as we do. Thank you guys for checking it out, and thanks for the support. Cheers.
Oh yeah, 6 Points Party Favorite Double IPA. Probably the best thing to happen in 2020 besides Tiger King. Although I would assume that Wacky Band of Misfits would appreciate the IPA as well, and you'll appreciate this. You want me to forget you? Okay, forget me too. You tell me you hate me, baby. Yeah, I bet you do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try my best not to panic while looking for the back door. Smell the perfume and it's obvious. You won't stay with the key in the back door. I can't pretend to forget you. The reason I punch a hole in the wall back home. And then a couple hours later we're moved to the line at the chateau. I left before you woke up. I don't feel right, it's sober. You want me to forget you? Okay, forget me too. You tell me you hate me, baby. Yeah, I bet you do. Keeping you waiting, but I won't wait on you. Want me to forget you? Okay, forget me too.
I've wasted so much time waiting around for your phone calls every night. My bad dreams are silk screens 'cause I taste blood when you bleed. It's eating me alive. We'd both be better off alone. Something I get you on the phone with one last present me. Die before I let you leave. You left before I woke up. Why don't I ever see you sober? You want me to forget you? Forget me too. Tell me you hate me, baby. Yeah, I bet you do. Keeping you waiting, but I won't wait on you. Want me to forget you? Hey, forget me too.
Hey you, tell me why you do the things that make me
Hate you. It's an emotional kaleidoscope at night.
face you. Permanent calligraphy, I just
Tattoo.
your name on me forever. You want me to forget you? Okay, forget me too.
Tell me you hate me, baby. Yeah, I bet you do.
Keeping you waiting,
But I won't wait on you. You want me to forget you? Okay, forget me too.
Hi everyone, my name is Bob Gregg and I'm with Left Hand Brewing Company, here to discuss Chai Milk Stout Nitro. So for those of you who know Left Hand, we've been around since 1993, and for about the past 11 years or so we've had our Milk Stout Nitro, which has historically been one of the top selling American stouts in the country for about that same time. So it really put us on the map, and in the last few years or so we decided that we wanted to do a seasonal variant of it. And we decided, why not to try chai? The actual recipe took us a couple years to develop. We actually got together with people over at Bhakti Chai and some other local experts at Celestial Seasonings, where we are in Longmont, Colorado. And we found that most chai blends actually run a little too sweet to blend in with the natural sweetness of Milk Stout Nitro. So we ended up making our own blend and actually made it quite dry. So very heavy on the cinnamon, black pepper, very low on the sweetness to just blend in with the natural sweetness of the lactose that's in Milk Stout Nitro. So because of that, what we've done is we made our own cold brew, and then we added that into the whirlpool of Milk Stout Nitro. So that's why you'll notice that Milk Stout Nitro by itself is 6%, whereas this is only 5%. So let's give it a shot here. Gotta love that sound. Cheers, everyone. I hope you love this beer as much as I do, and at the moment it's our current winter seasonal, so you should be able to find it on the shelves. If anyone has any questions or wants to reach out to me with anything related to beer or Left Hand, you can always contact me at bobg@lefthandbrewing.com. Cheers.
The thing I love about Zoom is that it made it socially acceptable to be looking into a screen into other people's eyes by yourself drinking. Now I don't feel bad about drinking alone anymore. You know what else? It made it socially acceptable to not wear pants to work.
So I am over 30 and I'm not married and I don't have any kids. So usually like in the friend group, I'm the one that it's like, oh, poor Nikki, don't worry, you'll find love soon. Oh, poor you, don't worry, you'll be fulfilled one day. So I used to be at like the bottom of the group that they all look down to, and now I'm a fucking god. I'm the only one of them who's not stuck with a husband or a child during this. I got this whole place to my damn self. Ba-da-da-da-da. So during 2020, we couldn't do a lot of the things that we would normally do or that we like to do. One of those things was go to the movies, but it was fine because we started getting all these like random sequels that we didn't know we needed, like Borat, Bill and Ted. But where's the Magic Mike sequel? Channing, Joe, we're all in this together. So do your part.
The UFC was the first sport to make a comeback. I actually read an article that said the UFC fisted their way in. And I looked up the article later on, and now my computer has a virus. One really bizarre thing that happened was that NASA said that a star 2.5 million times brighter than the sun suddenly disappeared. And NASA is dumbfounded. They don't know how it happened. But I think it was David Blaine.
So another cool thing about the pandemic was, I guess, it kind of gave us all time to reflect and see, like, reconnect with our passions and find new things we love. And what that wound up being for me was reality TV. I had never watched it before, but the pandemic just made it so fucking easy. It like all started with The Tiger King, and then it was just like a sleigh ride into the shit show from there. And it was a great ride. One of my favorites was this show called Love is Blind, and it was on Netflix. And basically they would take these two people and they'd have to date, but like through a curtain, so they couldn't see each other. And they wanted to know, like, is love truly blind? Turns out it is not. But it is deaf, dumb, and fucking stupid.
I also saw Love is Blind. I didn't get what the big hoopla was. I was like, isn't this just like an arranged marriage? In 2020, also monkeys filled the street randomly in Thailand. Monkeys were just running towards people. If I saw that, I'd be so scared. I'd be like, this is Planet of the Apes, okay? That's crazy. They said two little monkeys could take down one human being. Those little monkeys are strong. They're like ants, okay? That's insane. They're like this small. I would never trust a monkey like that, okay? I've seen people try to arm wrestle monkeys, okay? They lose every time. I got a weak thumb, okay? A weak thumb, a weak wrist, okay? Yeah, that's why I throw mostly frisbees, because you don't need a strong wrist. You can just go like this.
guys, I'm Darren with Farm Unique Fermentations. I'm the sales rep.
Hey everybody, my name's Maury and I am the head brewer for Farm Unique Fermentations.
All right, so Farm is our sister brand to Booze Brothers Brewing Co. We created Farm about 3 years ago to kind of brew beers geared towards the wine, cider, cocktail, kombucha, seltzer drinker out there who's maybe not too into craft beer, but this is a good way to kind of reel them in and try something local and fresh and just different and just kind of do a lot more fruit-forward beers.
Yeah, making beers that necessarily don't even taste like beer or remind you of beer. They're still beer, but do something a little different, a little more unique than your typical average beer. And we find it very enjoyable.
All right, so what you got in your box here is the Farm Huckleberry Dark Kettle Sour. It is a 7% dark kettle sour brewed with obviously huckleberries. We add some Belgian candy sugar.
Good. Belgian candy sugar is cooked over and over again and caramelized till it's super, super dark. It's probably the darkest Belgian candy sugar you can get. It's almost burnt looking. It almost smells a little burnt, but it adds a really nice complexity to the rest of the beer. It kind of rounds off the huckleberries, so the huckleberries aren't the only single note in the beer. So you get a lot of complexity from it being kettle soured with the dark Belgian candy sugar and the huckleberries. It just has all these different kind of notes that wash over your tongue and fill your mouth with flavor. It's quite delicious.
All right, so now that you know what's in your box, let's go ahead and taste it and see what it tastes like. What do you think it tastes like, Maury?
Getting hints of brown sugar, maybe a little cacao, some dark cherries.
A little raisin.
Definitely some raisins. Almost has like, it's kind of like Christmassy in a way, or like a Happy New Year.
Whoa! Obviously another reason why we came out with this beer. It is a seasonal beer. This is the second release we've come out with this beer. But the first one was only a draft-only release. So this one made it to cans. It's been selling fantastic. So hope you guys enjoy it. Cheers.
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 Damn.
Love that Huckleberry Sour from Owl Farms. You guys know I went to college for a degree in music, but I played them this next song and they said, stop right there. You've learned everything there is to learn. Please leave. Said certified freak, 7 days a week. Wet ass pussy, make that pull-out game weak. Woo! Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, you fucking with some wet ass pussy. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet ass pussy. Give me everything you got for this wet ass pussy. Beat it up, catch a charge, extra large and extra hard. Put this pussy right in your face, swipe your nose like a credit card. Hop on top, I'm on a ride. I do a Kegel while it's inside. Spit in my mouth, look in my eyes. The pussy is wet, come take a dive. Tie me up like I'm surprised. Let's role play, I wear a disguise. I want you to park that Big Mac truck right in this little garage. Make it cream, make me scream. Out in public, make a scene. I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you how I got this ring. Gobble me, swallow me, drip down the side of me. Quick jump out for you, let it get inside of me. I tell him where to put it, never tell him where I'm about to be. I run down on him for let a man run at me. Talk your shit, bite your lip. Ask for a car where you ride that dick. You really ain't never got a fucking for a thing. He already made his mind up before it came. Now get your boots and your coat for this wet ass pussy. He bought a phone just for pictures of this wet ass pussy. Paid my tuition just to kiss me on this wet ass pussy. Now make it rain if you wanna see some wet ass pussy. Look, I need a hard hit, I need a deep stroke, I need need a handy drink, I need a weed smoker, not a garden snake, I need a king cobra with a hook in it, hope it lean over. He got some money, that's where I'm headed. Pussy A1, just like his credit. He got a beard, well I'm trying to wet it. I let him taste it, now he diabetic. I don't wanna spit, I wanna go, I wanna gag, I wanna choke. I want you to touch that little dangly thing that's swinging the back of my throat. My head game is fire, Punani Dasani, it's going and drying, it's coming out soggy. I ride on that thing like the cops is behind me. I spit on his mic and now he try to sign me. Your Honor, I'm a freak, bitch, handcuff leashes. Switch my wig, make him feel like I'm cheating. Put him on his knees, give him something to believe in. Never lost a fight, but I'm looking for a beating. Food chain, I'm the one that eats you. If he ate my ass, he's a bottom feeder. Big D stand for big demeanor. I can make you bust before I ever meet you. If it don't hang, then it can't bang. You can't hurt my feelings, but I like pain. If he fuck me and ask whose is it, when I ride the dick, I'ma spell my name. Yeah, you fucking with some wet ass pussy. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet ass pussy. Give me everything you got for this wet ass pussy. Now from the top, make it drop. That's some wet ass pussy. Now get a bucket and a mop for some wet ass pussy. I'm talking wop, wop, wop. That's some wet ass pussy. Macaroni in a pot. That's some wet ass pussy. Huh? Yep, worth the price of admission and the price of tuition.
So they told me the damn coronavirus is now getting into my beard and I have to cut my beard so I don't catch the damn coronavirus. So I ended up calling my barber over here to help me out.
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
What's going on? Yeah.
Just trying to make money in this economy.
Hey man, I appreciate you coming over.
Yep.
You got a little comb action, you
right.
just set the beard right. Oh yeah. There we go. And now we're going to do a little trim and see how this works out. It can never be too safe, guys. It can never be too safe.
There we go.
Coronavirus, goodbye. All right.
There we go. It's looking good, champ.
Oh, yeah. This guy's the #1 barber in town.
Yep.
This man does not stop working.
Richard Rawlings, look me up.
Oh. Hey, how's it going? Oh, yeah. Corona's not getting me, man. I'm telling you that right now.
There we go. This is some of my best work I've ever done.
All in all, I think you did a pretty good job. Hey, thanks, man. Thank you for coming over and hooking me up.
Yeah, you got it, buddy. Hey, if you know anybody, send them my way. They get 50% off, okay?
Perfect.
All right.
Where Guthrie Cider works.
This is Horacio. I'm Sarah. Horacio makes all the ciders. He's the cider maker.
We're here in San Diego, as you probably know already. We make our ciders. We get our apples from the West Coast. We process them here, and the processed juice that we get in Miramar in San Diego. And we specialize in dry ciders. We kind of make what we like and what we like to drink. So this is kind of what we do.
The cider that you are drinking or will be drinking is our mango pineapple. And it is one of our most popular ciders. We make it, we take our brut and then we infuse some fruits with it. So we're able to keep it very low sugar, but have a lot of flavor to it.
So tell me a little bit about how you guys got your start.
Well, we started making cider, Horacio started making cider about 10 years ago, and he did a crazy amount of experimenting with all different types of apples and yeast and all different things. Took a very scientific approach to it, and came up with what seemed to us to be the best cider, a very dry cider, so as Horacio said, what we like to drink. And we started just, having friends drink it, and people liked it, and then more people wanted it, and next thing you knew, we had all these tanks and a cider business here in San Diego. Well, this is a cider that you can have alone or with food because it's so dry. And so you're gonna get, in the front end, you're gonna get a lot of that fruit flavor and a little bit of a floral flavor. And then on the back end, you're gonna get more of that kind of feeling in the back of your throat, that dryness from the brut.
Yes. I mean, most of our ciders, in this one specifically, we like to add a little bit, some element of fruit, but we want to still have the base cider shine through, and that's what you feel kind of in the back end. But in the front end, you would feel first of all that kind of floral, fruity taste, and then as that goes away, you're gonna feel the flavor of the actual cider. Goes great with food, like just about all the things that we do, but particularly this one I think goes great with anything really. Pizza, soup.
So if you want to know more about our cider, or if you want to buy more of this one or some of the other ciders, you can go to GuthrieCider.com and learn more about the cider and see cool pictures of people surfing.
And I came to you guys and you're just like,
Oh, really? Just like I planned it.
That's great.
One of the things I can't believe is that we got curfews during this time. Curfews. I had to be back inside at 11 p.m. at night. Okay, I remember I was driving 11:01 in the carpool lane. A cop pulls me over, and he's like, "You know why I pulled you over?" And I was like, "No." And he goes, "Well, hold on. First of all, you don't have another passenger in here." And I was like, "Well, isn't COVID out? COVID's here. COVID's there. COVID's everywhere. COVID's like Jesus." And I got away. I had to pay that ticket. Australia had some devastating fires this year. Philanthropist Kaylin Ward decided to help in one of the most unique ways ever. She told people if they put $10, just $10, to a fundraiser that would help the wildfires, she would send them nudes, okay? She raised so much money and so many boners. Kaylin, we thank you. Gwyneth Paltrow decided to make a candle that smells like her vagina. Yes, and when you melt it, it looks like it too. It cost $75 for this candle. I bought it. Yeah. Let me tell you, right when you light it, you turn into Mr. Miyagi. Because right when you light it, you're like, wax on. Oh, wax off, wax off, wax off. No, Gwyneth, please, no.
Tell me my candle smells good.
It smells good. It
Tell
smells
me,
good.
tell me,
It smells
tell me how good it smells.
It smells good. Yes.
Yeah.
You're evil. You're evil.
Want some more?
No, please.
Too bad.
It burns.
Last time you made fun of my pussy.
Oh, Gwyneth, I guess you're a squirter. During this whole pandemic, we've all had a lot of free time. I've been taking up numerous dance classes. They're called TikTok. Yes, I'm ashamed. Tiger King was so popular this year, it had everybody screaming, "Fuck Carol Baskins." Yeah, that's right. Joe Exotic we got introduced to, who has as many nipple rings as he has husbands, alright? But the most notable thing about him was that bleach blonde mullet. which I am slowly starting to get, okay? I know that my face right now looks like the bootleg version of a Joe Exotic starter kit, all right? And this man had tigers, okay? Tigers. I am terrified of tigers. I had a cat one time that scratched more than a DJ, just... Ow, Kibbles, that hurts. Prince Harry retired from his duties in the royal family of doing nothing to, well, doing nothing. Now he doesn't have to worry about the Queen telling him when he has to go to bed. Harry, eat your crumpets and go to bed. Mom, I'm a grown man.